This week we're featuring Iolite, Emerald under the microscope cam, Eggos on why I buy that, 9 new jokes, and enough cheer for a whole year. Why did the captain drive a speedboat in the morning? He wanted to wake up the lake. Let's start the show. Got quite a bit of this Iolite. I mean, not a lot, but, a fistful. It's so dark. They call it Iolite because it's violet. It's Violite. Jamie calls it Lowlight because that's what it looks like. And I agree. When spelled with a capital I, this is laugh out loudite. I like it. It's nice, but it's not as violet as the lighter stuff. I've cut some lighter violet Iolite, some blue violet Iolite, some blue Iolite, and I really like that. But this has its charm. Notice in the picture it has, the 3 black sides, the clear side, the window as it is. And then it has the white side. And that's because it's a polychroic stone. It appears differently in different bands of light. Like if I hold it up in front of a TV screen and spin it sideways and vertical, it changes. I can see it differently. And then when I spin it front ways, back ways, top ways, and sideways, it changes. It's a lovely stone, but I wish it wasn't also dark and included. This piece kind of highlights the inclusion in the center. We'll see a little bit more of that on the microscope portion of the program. Got to give a shout out to Mr. Ron Weasley. He was here for the last show. I've been having network problems. Had the internet company come out and take a look at the internet, and everything was fine from the pole to the house. But it was the upload speed just in the area in general. So they spent about a week working on it. And here we are, streaming away. We're supposed to have 50 megabytes of upload speed, and we had 2 megabytes per second of upload speed. Yeah. Hey Colette, how's it going? Welcome to the show. Thanks for dropping by. Jack Downey, hey, I know who that is. How's it going, Jack? How you doing? Good to see you. Let's see if you can see me when I turn on the webcam. Cheers. A little ice cold Mountain Dew. Isn't that delicious? Helps power the show. Not a very long show today. Probably about 30 minutes. Got a few jokes. Got a picture of some Eggos to talk about on why'd I buy that. Why'd I buy that? I bought Eggos. But why that? Why? Why did I buy Eggos? I like money. Apparently I like Eggos more. Money can't feed me, but food can. Let's see, do you have any questions about Iolite, Colette? Cheers. Welcome to the show. It's kind of depressing not being able to do the show last week. And I've been sitting here on this show all week long. And it's kind of a good thing because I didn't have another gem ready for the show this week. I'm trying to figure out what I should do. I kind of want to do a peridot. Or maybe finish up one of these chrome diopsides is what I need to do. Because I've been doing a lot of like red stuff lately. And I need another green one. I wanted another blue one, so maybe I should do a tanzanite or maybe a piece of blue apatite. Here's the size of the feature stone. This is about how big it is. It's ring size gem. And put it up there. It's very see-through-y on the one side. You spin it around, and not quite so much. Iolite is a soft. It's still in the hard stone band. Like, think of it this way: on the Mohs hardness scale of 1 to 10. Anything above a 5 is considered a hard stone. Like a piece of steel is about a 5 to a 5.5. And Iolite, I want to say, is a 6 or 7. It's actually, Iolite is supposed to be the gemmy version of a stone called cordierite. Or corderite. Cordierite. I don't know, I pronounce it phonetically. That's the end of that video. We only got 2 more videos. Let's see what else we got. Iolite Diakite 2. Yeah, we got about 6 minutes of this one. So at this point, I had ground the stone down to the point where I could see what was left of it. Like I ground flat sides in. I got an idea of where the problems are. I shine a flashlight through it. I take a look and see if there's any giant cracks. There was a couple. So I'm going to grind those out and see what's left. And notice that it's not all the way down on each side. Like this problem here, I grind it flat, but I don't get rid of it completely because there might be, you know, like let's say I grind a side down and I want a little bit extra edge, but the problem is over here. So I don't want to grind it down to get rid of this problem because I might still have the goodness in this edge. But then there's also this crack here, so we had to get rid of that. And this I did actually, because it's kind of a wafer chip, I wound up grinding it down to get rid of it. It's in the face. Let's get the microscope out, shall we? I'm going to show you some emerald along with the feature stone, this piece of iolite. And I'm also going to show some Snowflake Obsidian, which I'm planning on shaping. That's what I need to feature, is the Snowflake Obsidian. Doesn't seem like there's any sound on this video. Oh, yep, there we go. We got some sound. I was just watching watt lifting videos when I got the notification. Watt lifting. What is watt lifting? Is that a channel? Have you been lifting at the gym? I've been lifting. Now I just need to turn on the green filter so I look like the Hulk. Been doing more taekwondo too. It's good for the joints. Broke some boards with my fists. Felt pretty good. Broke a board with my hook kick. That's kind of hard because you got to use your calf. Ooh, emerald. Yeah, we're going to take a look at some of the emerald I got. It's opaque emerald, but I got one that's kind of translucent-y. Let's see what we got. Microscope portion of the program. Yep, grinding down that bad spot. Can't really cut it off. There's nothing good inside of it. It's too small to do anything with. So we turned it into plant food. Watching, not doing. Oops. Well, you know, watching is part of it. Doing is the other part, but, you know. Mr. Weasley, thank you for pointing that out. I put the command thing in there. And you know what? I completely forgot about it. I did give you a shout out at the beginning of the show for coming by and putting up with my attempts at streaming. I mentioned that we were supposed to be at up to 50 megabytes per second, and all we had was 2. Well, now we're up to 12. That's allowing us to portray the beauty that is the current stream that's going on right now. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's the Snowflake Obsidian. Here's the Iolite. With its this face here, this top table facet is actually the face with that chip in it. And the chip is gone, but there's, you know, extra divots from other chips, but it's flat enough that I'm happy with it. I'm satisfied with this stone. I'm trying to get it to where it'll show you the insides of it. Show your old guts. Let's flip it over. We'll take another look at it. There we go. It's going to kind of mess with us a little bit because the LEDs from the microscope cam shining down are UV. They emit UV light waves, and so that affects the color of the stone. Yep, smashed my thumb up. Get that out of the camera shot. Ouchie! Okay, yep, so there's some of the inclusions in there. I do need to get a bottom lit thing. Oh, yeah, we were using the mirror, weren't we? The mirror kind of helped. Sploink. Crack. Looks like a casket. A casket. A casket. But mostly it's got a lot of translucency to it. It's a dark stone, but we brought the beauty out of it. I mean, it was just pretty much a black rock. Really wish I could get it to show a little better, but that's about the best we're going to get. It's so dark. It just doesn't want to show, especially with that top lighting. And with the bottom lighting, the mirror is turning the bottom lighting into top lighting. I think that's about the best I'm going to be able to show it. I did have my nephew Tyler donate a webcam to the show that will focus. This one's fixed focus, so I can't zoom in. But I was testing it out, and it will focus on the stones. I just need to figure out how to incorporate it into the show. And I think we're going to try and do that next week. So we'll be able to take a better look, not so incredibly close up on the stones. Let me show you some emerald I got. So here's a couple pieces of emerald. And I got a third piece of emerald here. This piece. Oh, is that the end of that video already? Alright, we're down to the last video. We got to wrap this thing up. We got to talk about Eggos and jokes yet. I'm going to run out of Iolite video. Okay, third video. Go! This is where I try to work out the little details of it. Actually wound up getting a new 1000 grit disc. Colette, you were talking about, is it a softer stone? And kind of, sort of, but also not really when you have a dull 1000 grit. So this is the shale that the emerald is in. And then the emerald itself, this is opaque soft emerald. It's not fully formed into a crystal. It's kind of still in mineraloid form, where it's starting to align itself into the crystal form, but not quite. It's still randomized. But it's got some greenness to it, and so I might actually get to shape one of these pieces up. I cannot remember who suggested I show emerald. I told them I would take a note and show it, and that's what we're doing. I can't believe the week went by so quickly. So this is the piece I really wanted to show because it's kind of translucent. I can kind of see through it a little bit. Excuse me. And it's got green. It has the emerald greenness to it. But the problem is the emerald greenness is more on the outside of the stone. Notice how this is green over here, and then it's kind of whiter in here. So when I grind it flat, I'm going to lose the green. I don't want to lose the green. I want to keep the green. And it's got that bottom, like, chunk, so I might try and chip that off. But then again, emeralds with inclusions are very common, and it'd be nice to have it as big as possible. So I might try and keep it on. I don't know, we'll see. But I'm not going to be able to grind real deep to try and get rid of these black bits. Hey, Perth Observer made it. Hey, peoples. Big old smiley face. Missing some chats. Very pretty stone. I'm trying to learn more so I can teach my class how to lift. Oh, good job, Jack. Well done. That's really great. That's the sign of a great man is teaching others. That's what we do here is teach people how to shape gems. And you're trying to teach your class. That's amazing. Well done, buddy. Good job. That's some cool stuff right there. Kind of as cool as this emerald is. Let me see if I can show you. Yeah, I need to get the zoom in cam so it'll actually like zoom in. But this greenness over here is what I don't want to lose. And it is still kind of green, but it's also kind of faded green. And this is a little more of the neon green that makes an emerald desirable. It is kind of the difference between, ooh, look at that, and oh, look at that. So I'm kind of going for that. You know, this has got, you know, greenness in it, but it's not as see-through-y as this one is. And last but not least, we got this piece of Snowflake Obsidian that I've kind of partially worked on. Purple like Iolite, like violet. That's what Iolite stands for. Iolite is like Latin for violet. You know what I need to do is just read back the Wikipedia and the minerals.net page to you. That way I won't mess anything up and give you half the information. Because that's the first part of the show, is talking about the stone of the week. Of course, if you have any questions, you can ask them anytime during the show. Looks like ruby in there. Ruby. Oh, inside the emerald? I didn't see the red. But we do need rubies on the show. I need to get some rubies for you. Ron, I'm not sure what happened to the Streamlabs chatbot. It never seems to turn on. Jacob, how goes it? It goes, you know, it goes okay. We had a little trouble getting the show to work last week because my network wasn't working. So I called and I talked to the company, and they came out and they checked everything from the pole into the house, which everything has been replaced over the past like couple years. Finally, it's all replaced, but it wasn't working, so they checked everything out again. It was working great, except I only had, instead of having 50 megabytes per second, I only had 2, and I need at least 5 to be able to stream. So what they did is they changed out the thing in the area that handles the upload speed, and now we're up to like 12 when I tested it. It was actually up to like 13.7, but the end reading was 12. That's what Mediacom says. What is in the Snowflake Obsidian? Good question, Colette. So the obsidian is black lava glass. It's black volcanic glass, which is mostly silicon dioxide and ash. It's burn up things. But the snowflakes are made from cristobalite, which is a version of quartz. So when you have quartz, it kind of looks like a Mickey Mouse molecule. Like you know, when you got water, you got the oxygen and the 2 hydrogens. Same thing with quartz. You got the silicon and the 2 oxygens. But when you got the silicon and then the 2 oxygens, when one of the oxygens is bonded in a different spot, it becomes different things like stishovite or tritiumite. And one of them, I think it's when it's to the side, is cristobalite, which is what the diasterisms in this Snowflake Obsidian are made from. So we're going to try and turn this into a feature, get it polished up and try and show it. I'll show you another piece here that has a little bit better of an expression of some of the pieces. I need to get them polished, right? So that we can actually see them. It doesn't really help, Jacob. It just makes it shiny. But anyway, yeah, those are the kinds of diasterism pieces that are in a piece of Snowflake Obsidian. Which, to show you the size of them, if I can grab them, these are the 2 pieces we were just looking at. Ah, kind of looks like a tooth, right? Big tooth. Gary Green. Wow, both my girls on here, Donna and Colette. Good to see you, Gary. You know, I got some Sasquatch jokes, right? Haven't told those in a while. I don't remember them. I'm going to have to organize them for you. But I do have some other jokes, which is something that we got to get to because it's almost... No, we got to do Why'd I Buy That? Okay. Why'd I buy that? Before we run out of video, right? I got to talk about Eggos. You ever buy Eggos? And which ones did you buy? I mean, look at all those choices. A lot of different Eggos. You can't just say, oh, I bought Eggos. And it's not just like, oh, there's chocolate chip ones, there's blueberry ones, and regular ones, because there's 2 different types of regular ones. But there's not 2 different types of regular ones, because they got the mini ones. And then they also got different size boxes. Yeah. So there's a lot of choices going on. And they got the French toast Eggo stick things. And then there's something up in the top I can't even see. And then there's other frozen waffles and, you know, unicorn and mermaid waffles. And actually, now that I notice those, which I didn't before, you know, I was kind of like, oh, those look like sugar. But actually, they kind of look delicious, so maybe I'll go get me some mermaid waffles. Could be delicious. Maybe the unicorn waffles sound amazing. They sound like they're rare and one of a kind. Not quite sure about that. Woo-zoos. Cool Sasquatch. Yep, I will have them ready next week. I'm going to try and have them ready next week, because I got like 8 or 9 Sasquatch jokes. And they're good. They're good jokes. You know, they're nice Sasquatch jokes. A lot of like the rest of my Vicki's Oops Waffles. Okay, I'm getting caught up, Perth. Getting caught up. Waffles, chocolate chip for the grandson. Oh yeah. Hey, I gotta say the chocolate chip waffles are actually pretty good. I mean, I'm a blueberry waffle kind of guy. I like the blueberries in the waffle. But when it comes to Eggos, I tend to buy the original ones. Occasionally, I will buy the buttermilk Eggos, which are the ones in the middle. You notice the ones in the middle that they have thoroughly stocked, the blue ones, those are the buttermilk ones. Those are the ones everybody buys. You think buttermilk, you think soft, fluffy, delicious, fill-me-uppiness. And then the regular ones, it's like, oh, those are the ones that are like just the chemicals and cardboard, right? That's just regular, plain, old-timey, you know. Nowadays, we're rich. We can afford things like buttermilk. And aren't those 2 great things together, butter and milk? It's just, I want to live in a land of buttermilk and honey. Honey waffles. What do you put on your waffles? I like maple syrup, but I've tried them with honey, and they're actually pretty good. We don't have that here. Really? You don't have waffles? Man, waffles... Okay, pancakes are good. I like flapjacks. I was actually thinking about growing a big lumberjack beard so I can carry around an axe without looking suspicious. But actually, the real reason I want to grow a big lumberjack beard is so that I can justify eating more flapjacks. But the thing about flapjacks, they're soft and they don't hold much syrup. You got to let them soak the syrup up. Waffles are crunchy, kind of, depending on how you cook them. They got sort of a more of a crunchness to them with air, like warm fluffiness on the inside. And then the scoopy cups hold the butter and syrup and get it right up into your mouth. Delicious. And that's the benefit of waffles. Eggo waffles. That's, it's one of the reasons I tend to stick with waffles. They're just, and plus, they got the squares so you can, like, section out your bite size. They already got lines drawn in them so that I can cut them up evenly, perfectly on the lines, if that's what's important. Put them in the toaster. Oh yeah, that's another thing, Perth, is that you don't have to use the waffle maker and mix them up. The Eggos, you just put them in the toaster and go. And actually, they are pretty good, I will say. I mean, like Pop-Tarts. Pop-Tarts leave a lot to be desired. There's a lot to talk about with Pop-Tarts, but toaster strudels got them beat. The only problem is toaster strudels are like 3 times the price. You can get a box of Pop-Tarts for like $3, and toaster strudels are like $6 or $8 or something like that. Anyway, nailed it outdoors. Waffles are way better. That's why they don't have Eggo pancakes. They have Eggo waffles. And like I say, I bought the buttermilk ones. That's the ones that are right there. They even got the big family size box, so it lasts a little longer. You just got to wrap up the plastic and put it back in the freezer. Pizza. Mr. Weasley, I did actually eat some pizza. I ate a frozen pizza. I was going to say microwave pizza, but that's not what it is. I put it in the oven, but I ate a pizza, and actually you know what, I'm going to do that. I'm going to make that the why'd I buy that next week or the following week, depending on when I get the picture. But I'm going to get a picture and we'll do a why'd I buy that on pizza. But this week we're talking about why'd I buy waffles. Have you bought waffles? And why'd you buy them? And which ones did you buy? Okay, like Pop-Tarts. Yep, exactly, Perth, like Pop-Tarts. Yep, and Pop-Tarts are way better when they're toasted. I will say that. I mean, you can eat them straight out of the box. They kind of taste like the box, but when they're toasted, they are actually pretty good. Pizza, what do you guys like? Oh, pizza. Pizza, what do we like? All pizza. Actually, pepperoni pizza with cheddar, but that's another topic. I call it cheddaroni pizza. And I take the frozen pizza and then, cold cheddar cheese, and I break the square into 4 squares and put it on the frozen pizza. It melts right down into the pepperoni. It's amazing. Highly recommend. Waffles are pancake mix, only thicker and cooked in a waffle iron, and the holes hold the butter and syrup. They do make the butter hard to spread because you get a thing of butter and you spread it, and it's like 2 holes later there's no butter left, so you got to scoop it out and then put a little in each one of the holes. Unless you got nice melty butter, then you can kind of tilt it and kind of scrape it down the side. But actually I don't care. I still eat waffles anyway, and that's why I buy that. Do you eat waffles? Then why do you buy them? Blueberry pop stars with sprinkles. I like that. I like the blueberry ones. I like the raspberry ones, but I think I like the blueberry ones most. I like the cherry ones. The strawberry ones are good. When the wildberry ones came out, I was all about that. But I think probably the blueberry ones are probably the best Pop-Tarts. I don't know. The raspberry ones are pretty close too. I wish I could send you guys Mario's pizza. I do too. Mario's pizza probably has mushrooms, and then you can turn into Super Mario's pizza. If you take a Mario's pizza and you put some mushrooms on it, does it grow bigger? I grow bigger every time I get ready for the joke portion of the program, which I gotta get through because we're almost out of video. But I only got a few jokes and they're not very good, so let's get through them, shall we? Okay, why did the captain drive a speedboat in the morning? He wanted to wake up the lake. It's a boating joke. I need to actually do that a little bit better. I think if I picked a different boat, you know, and instead of a lake, he could be going through like the docks, the port. He wanted to wake up the port. That's a little funnier, yeah. Okay, let's see. So I found I say grace before I eat. But do I have to say grace before I eat seconds? And how about dessert? Is there like dessert grace? Because that's honestly the part I'm most thankful for. I do like to eat, you know. I like to subsist on the American diet of dips, sauces, gravies, glazes, dressings, and toppings. Speaking of dressings, you can usually tell how well someone's doing by the amount of condiments they have in their fridge. Like if you've got ranch and bacon ranch, you're probably doing okay. If you got Thousand Island dressing, that means you're worldly. And if the only condiment in your fridge is baking soda, you probably work as a comedian. And shout out to Colette for helping me with this next part. I really like it when my dressings do two things. Like when moldy blue cheese will cool my hot wings and give me a dose of penicillin. Or like with Thousand Island dressing, you get a vacation and a better salad. I've found that if I combine Western dressing and ranch dressing, it makes Dude Ranch dressing. And if I combine all of them, that's American. It was 420 the other day, and as a stoner, I'm like, how do you even celebrate 420? Smoke more weed? We already do that. That doesn't make any sense. And you know, I took a break, so you know, but it's a joke. It's the joke portion, right? I don't know if that one really works. Anyways, I got two more and then we're done. I swear. The church said to give alms. So I put almonds in the donation basket. That's not what they meant. And someone asked me, why am I eating so much ice cream? I said, I'm trying to be cool. Cool like... I'm not even ready for this. The joke portion of the program. Glad you all let me put you through that. The joke portion of the program is always a blast. I've been doing more of those open mics. I think I talked about, I did 4 of them, right? And I think I'm going to do one this week. Okay, with this one we were about to right here. I think I'm going to do another open mic this week. If I do, I'm going to try and record it. Otherwise, I'll at least try to get like a picture of it, you know, so you guys can see what it's like inside an actual comedy club when I'm up there doing my thing. Jacob's still got it. Aw, Perth, that makes me feel good. Pass. Puff, 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 pass. If I knew that FedEx could get it there in a day, I would do it. Oh, yeah, and even then, I would still reheat it. That's the thing, is you can take leftover pizza, you put it in a cold oven and set the oven to go at like 400, and by the time the oven gets up, the pizza gets up. It doesn't cook more, but it still gets warm. Hey, Craft Beer Pours made it. I go bigger every time. The works with no anchovies. Yeah, absolutely no anchovies. Dang, still a mod. That's true, man. I haven't taken the time to spend a lot of time on my channel. I did get over 1,000 subscribers, though. I'm excited about that. I'm thinking that in order to get up to my 4,000 watch hours, I'm just going to kind of let a 24-hour stream roll and let the gem videos roll on, you know? But I was thinking it would also be kind of nice to play back like a repeating video or audio, Not the video would be the gems, but the repeating audio would be like an hour's worth of my stupid jokes. And so then you could either mute it and watch the video, or you could let it play and you could check out the hour of me telling jokes. I don't know. Either way, you are all fantastic. Benny Loco made it. Okay. Hey, and if you got something coming up on your channel, be sure and promote it in the chat so that we can check out what you got coming up. Because you are all fantastic. You're all great creators. Keep on with your greatness. Keep on making things. And I hope to see you next week. Cheers. And have a good week.